Hey guys, Kazna here, and welcome back to my Twitch stream summary. This one is for the 15th of January. We started off after the League Cup semi-final loss, which was fine because it was a weekend. I played a weekend team for the whole tournament, so I wasn't too bothered about that. If we focus on the league, we started with a draw against Aruka, then a win there, then a draw against Cassiopeia, then some more wins, then a draw against Estoril. 3 draws there that probably, some of them should have been victories, especially the home games. Aruka and Cassiopeia, so that was a bit annoying, to be honest. Then we played Porto at home. Still can't beat the big teams at home or away, so we lost that one 5-3. Then we went back to winning ways again in the league. Some nice wins there, all the way up to the second to last game of the season, which was Sporting, and we again can't beat the big teams. We lost 2-0, and then we beat Braga for the first time. We were the 4th biggest team in Portugal. That was the first time we beat Braga. 3-1 last match day of the season. In terms of the Portuguese Cup, we beat Porto 3-0. So I did beat Porto, but they played a slightly weakened team. They did play a weakened team. It wasn't full strength Porto, but we beat them 3-0 to put ourselves through to the semi-final. We played second tier AVS in the 2-legged semi-final, won 3-1 and then won 3-0 in the second leg. That put us through to the final. I'm not showing you the final just yet. The Europa Conference League, we got Dnipro in the round of 16, which was great. 2-0 wins, nice and comfortable. 4-0 on aggregate, easy peasy. Then we got Midtjylland in the quarterfinals, and when you get the quarterfinal draw, you also get the semi-final draw, and the semi-final draw was like the winner of Ljubljana in Slovenia, I think, and someone else. It's someone else that wasn't very good. The 2 teams that weren't as good as Midtjylland, and I lost on after extra time, and it was just frustrating. It was so frustrating. I had a clear path to the final. It was extremely frustrating. First leg 2-0 at home, 3.36 xg, 2 goals. They had 0.6 xg and scored 2 goals. Even had a man sent off at the end and I couldn't get a third. Absolutely frustrating to hell and back. I destroyed them and got nothing out of that first leg. Go to the second leg, away from home. 3.56 xg, 3 goals. 2.14, 4 goals. Again, 61% possession. Destroyed them at home. Couldn't get it. So I had, my xg over 2 games was over 7. And I scored 5 goals. Their XG over 2 games was less than 3, and they scored 6 goals. Absolutely infuriating. I couldn't believe it. We just gave it away. Like, if that happens in one leg, sure, and in the second leg you can, justice deserved. But it just happened in both legs. They were so lucky. So then what happened in the semi-final is they got beat 4-3 by Olimpia Ljubljana. Who was, hang on, the other one was, no, that was the round of 16, sorry, the quarterfinal. Lech Poznan and Olimpia Ljubljana, I was playing the winner of them too. And I thought, oh yes, I've got such good luck there in the semi-final. I probably would have destroyed them. I probably would have destroyed Ljubljana if I'd got past Midtjylland. So that means I'm not in the final. Sadly. It was my first season in Europe though, and I did way better than expected. So it was disappointing given the circumstances, but in the grand scheme of things, getting to the quarterfinal, first season in Europe, absolutely chuffed. And then going back to the Portuguese Cup, possibly the craziest final I've ever played in my life. 5-6 after extra time, I lost to Sporting in the final. Rabensteiner scored 5 goals and we lost. It was crazy. It was one of the craziest matches I've ever played. 4.2 xg for me, 3.15 for them. There was 3 penalties for me. I forgot to change my penalty taker and Araujo missed. So now Araujo has missed 5 penalties out of 8. I forgot to change it, so I changed it after he missed the first one, and then we had 2 more. Rabensteiner scored 5 goals, including a dramatic equaliser at the end. Marcus Edwards got put them 5-4 ahead. Marcus Edwards put them. No. Yeah, Marcus Edwards, because that was in extra time. Marcus Edwards put them 5-4 ahead. Then I equalised with 5-5 at the 94th minute. And then we lost in extra time. Strand Larson scored a belter before getting injured. It was crazy. There was own goals, there was screamers, there was corner goals, there was penalties, there was everything. Absolutely everything. One of the craziest matches I've ever played. It was so open. And if I'd maybe changed the penalty taker, would have scored. But to be honest, Rabensteiner scored in the corner. That was because of the missed penalty. So it's not a case of like, oh, if he took that, he would have got a double hat trick. He scored from the corner that we won. The penalty got saved, and then we scored from the corner. If you see 21 and then 22. So I don't think I lost a goal there. To be fair, so I wasn't too hard done by that. But yeah, absolutely crazy. All it was missing was a red card. Red injuries for both teams, yellow cards for me, but again, can't beat Sporting. They were just so good. Pedro Goncalves and Edwards were destroying me, and Fidalgo as well, to be fair. They were destroying me. Goncalves created 5 clear-cut chances. My defence just could not cope. But we got to the final. It's the furthest we got. Sadly, no Portuguese Cup. But we did well, all things considered. So the final league table, meant we finished 4th, 4 points behind, going back to the Sporting loss, the second to last game, and also them 3 draws that I had. If you go look at my losses, apart from the Famalicão loss at the bottom there, Sporting twice, Benfica twice, Porto twice, and the reasonable losses. They're way above me in terms of quality. So I only really lost 1 game to the rest of the league, which is fantastic, to be honest. Absolutely fantastic. If we have a quick gander at the wages that we're dealing with, mine's 6 million a year, and then Sporting, Benfica, and Porto 86, 78, and 45 million. You know what I mean? The gulf is huge. So that meant we finished on 69 points, and we got Europa League because of the more qualifying places for the Champions League this season. We got a Europa League phase, so no qualifiers, and we're in the better competition from last season. We've upgraded the competition, the Europa League, straight into the league phase with loads of money. So I'm really looking forward to that. In terms of the squad, who performed? Goals, Enrique Araujo, 30 goals, 10 assists in 52 games. Absolutely phenomenal. He's going to be sold. I've got to sell him with that interest. Some decent sized clubs, and then a bunch of Saudi League teams as well. I've got to sell him. If I can get more than his guide value, I'll be over the moon. 1 season, got him on a free, sell him for that much money. Obviously, it would be nice to keep him, but I need the money for the overall squad, to be honest. Rabensteiner became the first choice poacher like halfway through the season. He's also signed a new contract, and he's developing quite nicely. Looking really good. Again, he was one of the ones we got on the free. I expect much more from him next season. Looking forward to that, especially after the 5 goals in the cup. Slegers dropped down to be in the backup after the halfway point. He's just stopped developing. There's not much going on. Them attributes are pretty much the same as when I signed him 2 years ago. I might still keep him around as backup next year. He's not really worth a whole lot in terms of selling, so I might keep him around as backup. But he's on a low wage as well, so we'll see how that goes. Finley Burns came in and played for the first team. He became a first teamer for most of the season. 10 goals from corners, 6'5" with 18 jumping reach. So lots of corners there. Going to cash in on him probably as well. Need some better defenders. Orozco, for the playmaker, picked up 10 goals and also 18 assists. Brilliant player. Again, probably going to cash in on him. He's 26 years old. He's worth 4 to 5 million. Saudi Arabian interest. Just going to cash in on him. to be honest. Anderson picked up 8 goals. He started playing well in the second half of the season. He was terrible in the first half. But again, another scenario. None of the clubs that are interested are in the Champions League. Where Champions League release clause of 10 million. So he's worth 12 million and the Saudi club's interested. So again, I'm just going to cash in on him. And it's going to contribute to a huge squad rebuild. Ayari got 7. Leonardo Fernandez got 7. I really, really, really need to sell him. He's got that match high earner clause. He just has to go in any capacity. He just has to leave because there's going to be people at the club on much bigger than 10k. He's a good player, but he's just going to have to go. I can't keep increasing his wage over and over. And then Scheider was disappointing. 12 starts, 17 subs, only 5 goals. There's a great player there. He just doesn't fit into my tactic. He doesn't fit in the poacher. He's not good enough in the air, and he doesn't fit on the advanced forward because it's right-sided. It's on the right side, and he's left-footed, and it just plays terrible. So Liverpool are interested. His value is 1.3 to 3.7, and he's got a minimum fee of 3.7. So I'm likely going to sell him to Liverpool for 3.7 million. I'll take it. There's probably a really, really top-class striker there, but I'm not sacrificing my own team's performance to try and develop him. I got him for free. I'll just take 3.7 for him and move on. Find someone else that fits the tactic better. In terms of assists, yeah, Orozco got 18. Victor did really well this season. He got 16 assists. But I think he's time that he leaves as well. The team that's interested are the guys that have just been promoted from the second division. So that's his level. That's his level, really. Teams that have only just been promoted. He's not good enough to be playing in trying to get into Champions League football. But he did really well though this season, and hopefully this newly promoted team will give me £1 million or something, and I'll take that. Tyler Morton turned up with 11 assists. He did take some set pieces. There was some open play assists. Again, want to buy English clubs. I've been an English player, so I'm going to cash in on him worth 4 to 5 million. He's going to be sold as well, and we'll use that money wisely. 10 assists for Rojo. Manso still doing the business. Not as good as previous seasons. 19 starts, 20 subs, 8 assists. He's still only favourite personnel at the club. I thought he would be an icon by now. He's been with me since the 3rd division, and he also, in real life, had a little stint at the club previously. So we brought him back in the 3rd division, and he was our best player. He was instrumental in us getting promoted. And then he was really good last season, but as you can see, it's dropped off a bit now. So this might be his last season. I might cash in on him. I'm not 100% sure. I might keep him around because he's got 2 years left in his contract. I might keep him around for 1 more year as backup. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Fernandez 8 assists, Anderson 7 assists, and Fuentes with 5 assists. He was awful, to be honest. He was awful, and somehow he's still worth 2.3 to 4.9 million. So hopefully someone gives me at least £1 million for him, and I'll be over the moon. Ayari 7 goals with 4 assists. I could have cashed in on him as well. He did okay, but he didn't train as well as I thought he would because he hadn't really played much football. I thought there was loads of potential for him to fill, but he hadn't really improved that much. So I'm just probably going to cash in on him. Casado did a great job ball-winning midfielder, but again, probably going to cash in on him. I'm pretty much going to sell almost everyone. The one that I'm not going to try and sell is Breda Rode. I really liked him. He's on squad player contract, and he's like 3.5-star current ability with a little bit more growth still to go. He improved quite a lot. And yeah, okay, his goals and assists aren't great, but he played great. He played really, really well. So I'm going to try and keep, because he's on squad player, with no future playing time, I'm going to try and keep him around as the backup because he's really good, and he can also double up front as well if need be. There's an argument to say I should maybe try him and play him up front as the advance forward. So yeah, I want to keep him around. He's probably one of the few that are going to actually be staying at the club, to be honest. In terms of who's definitely going to be staying, Rabensteiner, likely Sleggers as backup, maybe Manso again for 1 more season, and Breda Rode. I think the rest are going to be sold, the entire squad. I'll probably keep Silver on his last year contract as backup as well. for his last year contract. He's been with me since the 4th division, since the very start. So I think I'll keep him around for 1 more year and just let his contract go on a free. The centre backs were awful. They're all going. Rocha, who's my captain. It's a shame. He's just not good enough. He's just not good enough. His contract runs out, and I'm letting him go on a free, even though he's my captain. And now he's also trained at club as well, but he's just not good enough. I can't give him a new contract as like a fringe player. He'll want important player because he's captain and stuff. So he's just going to go on a free. So yeah, everyone else is going. There's literally going to be like I don't know, 3 to 5 players, 4 to 5 players that are going to stay, and everyone else is going. So in that regards, looking at my finances, yes, I don't have much transfer budget, but I've got 100% of what I sell. I'm looking to generate a lot of money. I'm looking to generate a lot of money through sales. And it's going to be the biggest rebuild. For the first time, I'm actually going to spend money on player transfers. That's the only time I ever spent money on player transfers, was them 3. And they're all no longer at the club. Every other signing's been free or on loan. So it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be really, really interesting. I'm probably going to have to pump some more into the wage budget as well, so it won't be all going into the transfers. Some of it I'll probably pump the wages so I can get some high quality players in. It'd be nice to get that up to like 250k or something wage budget. But I'm looking to bring in some real good quality. But it'd be very fascinating, and hopefully you guys can come along and watch that. I'll be streaming later today. I'm not sure what time, around 3 p.m, like mid-afternoon, something like that. Mid to late afternoon, something like that. And it should be really, really interesting. It's going to take a long time. We're probably not going to play any matches because we'll be searching and all sorts. I've expanded my scouting staff in time for it, so I've got some nice scouts there to get me some reports, and it should be really good and really interesting. No news on the stadium yet. They're still searching for site, but we are starting to get, because the reason that my overall balance is low is we're getting facilities upgraded. They went up from 11 to 12, and now they're getting upgraded again. In progress. Should be done for the start of the new season. So that's good. That'll be good for the players that are signed. So yeah, hopefully you guys can be there. Twitch link is down below in the description. Go give the Twitch channel a follow and come watch the stream. Also leave a like and comment on this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. And I'll see you guys in the stream later today or in tomorrow's video.